an iCharger 306B with a fault. When you power it up, you can see the display flashing on and off. Could be a short circuit on inside as it's trying to power up. So it looks like I have to take it apart and have a look inside. After taking out quite a few screws, you need to take off both end plates, and then the top comes off. And then to get the rest of the assembly out, there's a couple of screws hold the circuit board in, and there's 2 screws underneath hold this giant heatsink in, which is there. And you have to take that out so that you can undo these 4 screws which hold this on. Anyway, as I said, just lots of screws, and then you can get to the power components here, which are normally on this heatsink, and then you can check them out just using I use a simple analog meter because I can easily see the movement on the scale. Now I did notice this chip here has got a piece missing out the corner, but I think that just might be an assembly thing. I don't think it's broken. Now normally when you look at these FETs and that, if any are blown, sometimes they're brown, especially on the heatsink. Sometimes they have solders coming out, and sometimes they're even cracked or deformed. These all look okay, but I did find after checking the 3 legs, I'll try and put the meter on in a second. One of them, this one, is short circuit. I'll just try and put that on and show you. Oops, just a sec. Let's get the meter so you can see it. There's the meter normally when you short the 2 together. Now on the legs, you've got 3 legs here. That one short, that one is short, near enough. So there's something gone wrong with that one there. The others all tested okay. So we're going to take that one off, see what it is, and replace it. Well, I've cut the FET out, leaving the leg so I can resolder a new one on. Here it is, and it's got a number on the front so I can read that. IRFB3306, and here's the spec of it. It's a very high current device. It's the one actually that switches the current on and off from when you plug it in. So it's the first one the current flows through. Luckily, I have one in stock. Here we are, same one, IRF, N channel, 60 volts. So, right, part number 3306. So I can put that in and see if that's the only fault that it has. I've soldered the new FET in place, making sure that it's flush with the others, not sticking up. When you put the heatsink on, just double check it's got a connection there. Just put that on there. Just a bit of a resistance, no short on the other leg. So it's a matter of just check it out on a low amps. I think we can do that without putting it back together. To test the unit, I've got a current limited power supply. I can set it on 12 volts and I can slowly turn the current up so that if it got a fault you won't burn anything out. So I've got the current down low. I'm just going to turn it on initially. There's nothing, and then as I turn the amps up here slowly, you watch the display starting to flicker, a bit more current, and it's come on. Came on a few hundred milliamps only. So now buttons are working. Can do a test. I'll turn the current down to about 1 amp and connect up a battery and see if it's working before I screw it back together. I've connected a 2S LiPo. I've set the charge to 1 amp. So all we need to do is press this down, battery check, and it's ramped up to 1 amp. So it's looking like no more faults. All back together again. Just check it out. Set it to a 20 amps charge. It should be enough for most competitions. And the fan's working too. Let's check the display. It's quite a flat battery, so balance charging working. Yep, so I can stop that. Might as well check the discharge works as well. It was only set to 2.8, but at least it shows it's working. Balance. Fan's working. Everything's good. So we can stop that.